Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about one of the most commonly asked questions that I see on Instagram, not only on my own page, but on other people's pages. How do I get abs? How do I lose fat off my stomach? How do I get better definition? How do I get obliques? How can I develop my abs? It's one of the questions that has haunted man for years upon years since the dawn of time. So I'm here to shed some light on my personal experience with abs. I'm going to use myself as an example. When I was about 4 or 5 weeks out from my first competition that I ever went in, I was pretty much ready to step on stage. So I had dieted, gotten myself to as lean as I wanted to be, but I didn't have a six-pack. I didn't have those abs that I thought would just magically be there once I had gotten rid of all the fat that I needed to get rid of. They weren't just underneath waiting to pop out, you know. So what I learnt from that a little bit was that abs are just like any other part of our body. Personally, I needed to go and engage in some serious resistance training solely for my abs. So I needed to do some weighted exercises, which I can show you guys, I'll tell you guys more about later on. But yeah, basically I think sometimes we need to remember that just like if I was dieting and I hadn't been doing any kind of weights through my arms or my shoulders, I can't expect for there to be shape and muscle and all of that just to be sitting there waiting when I got lean enough, you know. I needed to work hard on them, train them heavy to stimulate the muscle growth and to, you know, really get some development through that whole area. No matter how lean I was, they weren't there just waiting. So if you're getting really lean and you're still not seeing what you want to be seeing, if you do want that real six-pack look, then I would say to you that maybe you should be seeking some advice or starting to work them separately. You should be still using them through most of your core and staple, I guess, lifts throughout your routine. They should always be on. But yeah, like I said, I personally needed to single them out and build them up just as I did for the rest of my muscle groups. Another thing I see a lot is people saying, if you want to have abs or if you want to get a six-pack like me, you need to cut this food group, you need to cut that food group, you need to stop eating this, and you need to do 12 hours of cardio every day. Personally, even when I was at my very leanest before my competitions, I had all food groups. I was eating a full cup of oats with fruit in the morning, a full cup of oats before bed, even at night. I had through the day with all of my meals, either rice or sweet potato. I was also having fruit as snacks a lot. My cardio, even at my very leanest point, was twice a week. So I would do high intensity interval training twice a week. So that would take half an hour. So my whole week's cardio was 1 hour. If you know your portion sizes, if you know, if you're not stupid about it, as in going and just cutting blocks off the cheese block and going and eating hot chips because someone says it's okay to eat carbs, that's obviously not going to work. But in terms of cutting things, I'm always the first to say balanced diet, all food groups, everything in moderation. So personally, I didn't cut anything and my cardio was a minimum. So even now, whilst I'm just at a happy and healthy body weight that I'm just happy to chill at, I'm enjoying everything still. I actually have a funny story. I remember saying when I was probably about 13 or 14 to my parents, I remember saying in 2 weeks I'm going to have a six-pack. And they said to me, how are you going to do that, Ash? And I said, I'm going to do 1,000 sit-ups a day. And I thought that that would get me a six-pack, but guess what? No six-pack. Maybe I got stronger endurance-wise through my core, but in terms of a visible, improvement of any kind, regular sit-ups did nothing for me. My only progress that I've ever seen is when I've been doing ab exercises which incorporate weights. That's my take on it. Personally, if someone was telling you or telling me to stop eating something, especially like carbs, I would be running the other way and looking for maybe someone else to help you, because you don't need to do that.